All right, we are live. And so now
Ah,
yep. So I always say this is the most interesting part of the broadcast. The sharing is caring part. And it might take a second because there's a delay. And then you might have to scroll down a bit. So I'm looking for us right now. Okay, we are live. So I see
okay,
us.
I've got it.
So
And
you
now
see
what do I
it?
do?
The little arrow
Yeah.
to the right. Hit that little arrow. Hit that little
Um,
arrow.
hmm, little arrow. I see us.
Yep. And then there's like this little below it. There's like a little thumbs up, a little like,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then a little arrow.
Okay.
Hit that
Oh,
arrow and
share. Okay, I got it. I see it. Not bad. And then I share it with me.
yeah, share it to your page, and then all those that are your Carrie Johnson fans will be able to see us. So I'm sharing a couple of things here. Hey, Jeff Belcher says, "See, there's Jeff." He says, "Hi, Carrie and
Hi,
Jen."
Jeff.
Hi,
Oh,
Jeff. Jeff. We were just talking about you. We're just doing the sharing is caring part, and then we're gonna be right there, and we're gonna get this party started. So,
it's not letting me share. Hold on. I gotta find me. I think. Hmm.
yeah. So you should be able. When on mine, when I hit it on the bottom, it says "Write Post." Like after I hit the arrow, it says "Write Post," and then I click on that, and then at the very top, it says like I've got a bunch of stuff. There's a little arrow. Mine says Jen Lowe, but then there's an arrow, and then there's like a whole bunch of different things for me to choose from. But I've got a lot going on my Facebook
I've
thing.
got share with friends, write a post,
Yeah.
but I'm not seeing where I can share. When I'm trying to put in my name, it's not coming up with me. It's not finding me.
You don't have to do that. You just
Share with friends.
yeah, just share with friends. That's perfect.
Okay. Um, huh. Now
Hmm.
it's giving me my friends list. I wanted to share. I can't figure out how to share it with my own page.
Yeah. So what
Oh, wait,
happens? You got it?
wait. I found me. I found me. Now I'm going to
Yay!
send
I
it.
found
That's it.
me.
I found me. I forgot I changed my profile picture, so I didn't recognize it. Okay, so I sent it to me.
Perfect.
Hopefully this works. I don't know.
I'm sure you're doing great.
Okay. All right.
So we have
All right.
James Born Again and Jeff Belcher. They're on with us right now, and a
Hi,
couple.
guys.
Hey guys, and a couple other people. So, like I said, I always say this is the most exciting part of the broadcast.
I'm really excited. I'm sure people are really excited watching me scroll through my phone. Yes.
Jeff Belcher says this is the best. Jeff, you're the best. We were just talking about you. I kid
We
you
were just
not.
talking about you, Jeff.
Because
Oh,
Carrie was asking me about what's going on and blah blah blah, and I was explaining that you and Lee and Chip and Ray Donato and Rob Griffith all have been helping me put new music out, and I just put out an EP actually, Carrie. And
you did
I took
something
the
new.
4 songs. I took the 4 songs that we did, and well, first I did videos for 3 of them, and I'm gonna do a fourth video. Hi, Jeff Whitlock, and I'm gonna do a video for the fourth. And but in the meantime,
Are,
I put a little EP out. It's called Only Love.
so are you going to play some of these songs tonight? Because I would like to hear them.
For you, perhaps.
Yes, yes, yes.
um,
Well, I've been writing a little bit too, and it's interesting. Like not as much as I used to, but I think I was telling you earlier before we went live, and I don't know if a lot of people know that my husband is a pastor. So we moved to Block Island, Rhode Island, and we live in a church, and he's the pastor of Harbor Church. So every Sunday, so now one of my new jobs is musical director for Harbor Church. So I come up with the music, and um, it's not always faith or praise music. Sometimes I pick a pop song that I think might fit his sermon. But if I can't find a song, I write one of my own. So all of a sudden I've accumulated like probably, I don't know, 10 songs that I've written. So I'm kind of thinking, oh, I should just go record them and put out a praise album. So,
Yeah, well, maybe you want to talk to Jeff Belcher about that because, he's not so far. First of all, he's right there on the corner,
yeah,
and the way we did it is, because it's been COVID and it's not that's like not any secret. People know, what's up with that, and we passed files back and forth, and then Jeff just did an amazing job producing it and mixing it and getting like input from different other producers and stuff like that, and singing on it and playing bass and playing piano, and everybody just kind of contributed. And honestly, like I am singing into the same mic that I'm speaking into right now is the mic that I sang all my tracks into, and it's a USB mic directly into my computer.
oh, I have one of the,
So
I have called the Blue Yeti or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, so
Well,
I would highly recommend Jeff. And hi James, how are you? My friend James B Harrison's on here. What's up, buddy? I see all your snare videos. Those are so cool. You're doing a good job with that. So a lot of people always want to know how I meet my guests. In case this is the first time you're joining us, this is a series called Songs and Stories where I invite my superhuman friends to join me and hang out with me for an hour on Saturday nights. And we started this during the pandemic and kept it going, and had amazing guests. Carrie's my first female guest, which just
I'm so honored.
I don't know. That's not very cool. I mean, there should be a lot more. I don't know why. It just kind of turned out that way for no other reason than it is what it is.
I'm happy. I'm very happy. Good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, but Carrie and I have been playing. We played a lot of shows together. I used to live up in Connecticut, and we've played a lot of acoustic shows together, and invited each other into each other's sort of worlds, and
Yeah.
did songwriter nights together. And I've had the honor of playing with you and your sister on a gig, which is such a treat and such a so awesome. And we share a common friend in Ron Beanstalk. And
Yes, we do.
yeah, when he found out that I was going to be playing music with you, he was like, "What? What? You're playing with Carrie?"
And
He's like,
also Lanny West. We share that. We have a lot
"Yes,
and from different parts of the country. It's really weird. But where I met
absolutely,
you, I think, finally where I met you, I think it was Java Palooza in Middletown. I think that,
yes."
I
Yeah,
think.
finally. I
Long
think we
time
like kind of
ago.
we sort of circled around each other till our worlds
Yeah.
finally collided.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. So, hi Todd, how are you? So, hi Mike. Cool. A lot of people are coming on here and joining us, which
Oh,
is
good.
always
Good.
super fun. Um, so yeah, so Carrie is a fabulous singer songwriter. She does stuff with children and teaches children how to play music and how to sing. And she and her sister were you guys. What was the name of your band when you guys
The name
were?
of our band was 22 Brides.
Okay, yeah. And you've written.
Back
I don't.
back in the late 90s and early thousands.
Do you even know like how extensive your catalog is? Like, do you have a number? Do you know how many songs you've written? Do you actually have a number? Do you know?
Yeah, I've written about maybe 250 songs now at this
That's
point.
it.
Maybe 300.
Wow.
Maybe,
Yeah. So she's quite prolific. She's quite prolific. And
but it,
you're coming to us from Block Island right now.
yeah, yep, beautiful Block Island.
That's right. And you moved
I'm sitting in
there.
the sanctuary. I was telling Jen earlier,
Yeah.
she's looking down on me right now, people.
Yeah. So everybody be good. And
Everyone be good,
I
okay?
have my tequila. So cheers.
Oh, good. I'll
Cheers,
get
my
my own.
man, my man Jesus.
Cheers, everybody. Woohoo.
Hmm.
All right. Well,
But so, and you're in the now. Tell us about this. You're in the sanctuary part of where you live. Tell us about where you live.
right. So I live in a church. I live in Harbor Church, which is the biggest church on Block Island as far as building size, not necessarily people size, but um, it's beautiful. As soon as you get off the boat and you look up the hill, Harbor Church is right there, and It's an American Baptist, not to be confused with Southern Baptist. That's what they say. So now I say it too.
Okay.
Very, very, very free, very Unitarian, very liberal, very open-minded, and open doors and open hearts. And
Cool.
I live upstairs. So we have an apartment upstairs, and I live in a church. So when I want to come downstairs and just play piano or, I don't know, have good acoustics, like, hey, do you hear that?
Yeah, natural reverb.
Great place, natural reverb, natural wood. So it's cool. I live in a church, and if you'd asked me that a couple of years ago, I would have said, "What? That I'm going to move to Block Island and live in a church?" No, that was not part of my vision, but here I am, and it's great. It's life is really good. Even life during COVID, we've been really blessed. We are really lucky. We were able to keep working, and there wasn't anybody out here anyway. I mean, there's only 1,200 people that live on the island, so in the winter it's very quiet. So just the locals. There weren't a lot of people coming out visiting at that time, so it didn't really feel very different than how it usually feels in the winter and spring. So,
And how is it now
so
with the summer coming around and people
now it's
wanting?
pretty busy, pretty busy. There's some strife. There's definitely some stress and tension. I think that a lot of business owners thought it wasn't going to be a good summer. So happily, it has been a good summer. A lot of people visiting.
Good.
There's a lot of tension with people not wearing masks, and that's been an issue. And now COVID is here. We have quite a few cases, not a lot, but
Yeah.
for this little tiny island, enough,
Yeah.
enough that people are worried, so that people are basically staying home. A lot of the locals who don't have to work, are just basically like me. I haven't been going to the beach much because it's very crowded, and I just kind of feel like, I'll just take a pass right now. It's good. I can go to
Yeah.
the beach later in September or October when people are not here.
Right.
So I'm fine. I'm
Yeah.
happy to just kind of stay away. It's okay. It's actually quite fine.
I get
Um,
that for the most part. So I help look after my parents, and they're older, and so I just, for the most part, I try to essentially, quarantine mostly, and then as of late, I've been becoming a rider coach, and so I go and do that during the day, and then I come home, and then that's it. Like I don't go and socialize. I don't go out to bars or restaurants. I like my food is delivered, my groceries are delivered. I've been really, really cautious. And I'm in a smaller town too, and we're a bit in the sticks, but we see the cases spike and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if I was the person that got my parents sick, I just don't know if I would be okay. I know I wouldn't be okay with that. So I'm just really, cautious. Everybody has their own story. So, and their own thing they have to deal
Absolutely.
with.
We have
So,
a lot of elderly. Same with us. We have a lot of elderly out here, and I'm being very careful too. I just kind of feel like, what? It's okay. This too shall pass. I
yes.
mean, everyone acts like, oh, this is for. It's not forever. It's for, okay, maybe it's for a year or whatever it's for. I
Yeah.
can deal with that if it means that I'm not getting other people sick. I can wear a mask. Not a big deal. You know,
Yeah.
I
Same
don't
here.
I don't remember my mask, which is not good. I'll get halfway down the driveway and it's like, damn it, I gotta wear my mask. No,
I
I
know.
forget. I forget.
You start
Um,
collecting them. You're like, I got 14
yeah.
masks.
I've got
I have
my
them in my
car.
pocket and in my car and in my motorcycle
Yeah.
bags and in my backpack. And I just load a bunch of masks up everywhere so I just don't forget.
Yeah. So wait, what kind of motorcycle do you have?
I have three motorcycles because every girl needs three motorcycles. I've gotten obsessed with motorcycles, and uh, um, I swear by the time I'm dead, I'll probably have like 150 motorcycles. So I have all of them are Hondas. One of them is a little Honda. One of them is a little Honda Rebel, which is only a little 250. And it looks a lot like the Ponch and Chip, like the Chips bike.
I
um,
know that. I know that. Does it have a
yeah,
windshield?
it
Does it have a
does. Absolutely. Yes. It has a windshield. And in fact, today, I was coaching today and one of the guys was like, you look like in my little helmet with my aviators. He goes, dude, you look just like Punch. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. Uh, and then
Oh,
I have a vintage motorcycle from it's 1990. It's called a VTR. It's also a Honda. It's like a little sport bike, and it's awesome. It's like it's real zippy. And then I just got a trike, which is actually a Honda Shadow, a
nice.
2006 Honda Shadow. Yeah. So the intention for that was to be able to like take my parents on rides comfortably, one at a time. Can't take them
Yeah,
both at
yeah,
the same
yeah.
time. So we'll see what happens with that. And yeah, so it's anyway. And yes, James, hopefully we can golf. And hi, Craig, and hi, Dave Perro, and everybody. The gang's all here, which is awesome. So, but so let's go back for a second. You were talking about how um, sometimes you will end up you're looking for music for a sermon or a service for Peter, but can't necessarily find one. So then you'll end up writing one, and so now you've written like a bunch of your own songs that are in sort of in the praise and worship world. Would you say?
Absolutely. I
Okay.
mean, yeah, I'll play you one. You want
Yeah.
me to play you one?
Yeah. What's it called?
It's called You Are Enough. So, I mean, most people who know me know that I'm sober too. So it's been over 14 years now.
That's awesome.
Uh,
Congratulations.
so this is kind of a combo, but his sermon was about um, turning over the heaviness that we're all feeling. This I wrote this one a couple of months ago, so this was probably back in April that I wrote this to go with that because I couldn't find anything in the hymnal. It was like heaviness, you know. It's like I don't know. Nothing spoke to me, so I'm like, I'll just write this.
Just
I'll
write
write this.
it. Yeah. I
I just
love
wrote one,
it.
so I wrote this. All right, so I have to move this. Oh, you don't need to know that.
Oh no.
Let's not block
Walk us
the
through it.
camera, unless I block the camera.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Can you hear that okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
When I'm down on my knees, I stand at the altar. I beg you to listen to my heavy heart and soul. And it's easy to fall, 'cause I know I got doubts and fears that keep me from feeling whole. I gotta fight for one more day when I don't know what tomorrow will bring. But you are enough for me to lean on, and to you I'm turning it over. When I lie awake at night, my mind keeps racing. Try to climb a mountain, but sometimes I just crawl. Then I close my eyes and I feel your strength around me. Rest in the knowledge you never let me fall. I gotta fight for one more day when I don't know what tomorrow will bring. But you are enough for me to lean on, and to you I'm turning it over. I'm gonna keep the faith, keep it strong, 'cause you've been by my side all along. Oh, I gotta fight for one more day when I don't know what tomorrow will bring. But you are enough for me to lean on, and to you, oh, I'm turning it over. Mm-hmm. I'm turning it over.
Yes. I
I
love
played the
that.
song.
I
I
love that.
noticed I didn't use the word God in it. So therefore, which I kind of like, because there's a lot of pop songs actually that I use to fill out the music on a Sunday morning. That doesn't necessarily it doesn't necessarily mean it's a praise song, but you can take lots of love songs and you can just say, oh, it's about, praising whoever of your higher power. So it's kind of cool. So when I'm writing praise songs, I kind of want it to be a little bit more ambiguous.
Yeah, I like
So like,
that.
you don't really know who I'm talking about. Could be talking about anything. So, but because I just told you. So,
Right.
but
Your secret is safe with
my
me and
secret's
the rest
out.
of the universe. Yeah.
Exactly. All over Facebook.
Oh, I love that song. I'm so happy to just be in your company right now and hearing you sing and play. I miss you so much. It's ridiculous. I mean, my last live gig was in Connecticut with Jeff and with Lee and both those guys. So Jeff put a request in. He said he asks for "Found My Way to You." Um,
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah,
Sure. I that
and and
yeah.
and then and then he just said Carrie is a master, and I agree with that too. And then Lee Sylvester popped on to here, and he said, "Hey, you guys are making my day. Thanks, both of you. It sounds great, and you do sound great." So
Thank you.
yeah, I think it might be. I think you might want to consider reaching out to Jeff and talking to him about recording some songs because
I I will. I mean, I've got Dennis Cotton also has a studio, and he's the drummer in my band. Jeff knows Dennis.
yeah,
Jeff, do you know Dennis? Jeff knows Dennis, I think.
yeah,
A lot of, it's not the biggest circle of people. We all kind of know of each other
yeah,
up there, up in the Hartford area. But
yeah.
yes, Jeff, I will. I will absolutely reach out to you.
And if you
That
get a
would be really
chance, Carrie, if you get a chance, so I did just
maybe Jeff
really,
will do my praise album, and then I'll do my band stuff with my band.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But I did, if you get a chance, if you want to hear his ridiculously remarkable work, um, you can. I just released an EP. It's called Only Love. It's on my Facebook pages and everything, and I did it through Bandcamp. But you can listen to the recordings there.
I have to
You can
look.
just stream
Can I
them.
buy it? Is it out
Mm.
on the platforms?
Yeah, you can buy it, but you can also simply stream it. So whatever makes you happy.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy the whole album for $10 or however much it is.
It's $5, so yeah.
Oh, $5. Okay. I think I can swing it, Jen. I'm not sure, but I'll have to check. But
Okay. Do you wanna are you prepared to do Found My Way to You by any chance?
sure,
Okay,
sure.
awesome.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
I wrote this song in Nashville with a friend of mine, Jeff Cohen, who lives down there. He's a great songwriter. He's done a lot of songs for a lot of people. So we were getting together to do some writing, and I was telling him about just my journey at that point of getting sober, because at that point I was about 2 years sober at that point. Yeah, and so my journey was still 2 years feels like a long time, but it's not that long. I mean, 2 years is enough, but 2 years is a perilous place to be too. So I was telling him about it, and like he stopped me mid-story, and he's like, "Wait, tell me that again," because I had said something, and he's like, "Let's write a song about this." So I'm like, "Okay,
Nice.
I got that." So here it is. So 1, 2, 3. I stopped drinking. I had to do something. So I started praying. Said I was sorry. Begged forgiveness to all of God's creation. So tell me what to do. I'm listening to you. giving up. No, I'm not giving up. No, I'm not giving up on me. And you're not giving up. No, you're not giving up. No, you're not giving up on me. No, 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 no. Tonight I feel so all alone when I can't find my way back home. Tonight I feel so alone, and when I can't find my way back home, well, I found my way to you. Yeah, I found my way to you. Oh, I found my way to you.
Yes. Yes.
Woo! Sounds a little naked without the band, you know. There was so much instrumentation that went into it. I added a pedal steel, and I had to keep taking the tracks other places, but I want this. So you take the tracks to that guy, and then you take the tracks to that guy, and it's like, so just to break it down on acoustic guitar. But yeah, I always liked that song. I came this close to having Alison Krauss record it. It was between that song and another song, and she had like one song left on her album. So my song came up, and she really loved it. But I think too, she had already done a drinking song with Brad Paisley.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Bottle to the
not
bottle to the
Brad, yeah,
yeah.
whiskey, something
Yeah.
about whiskey.
That's a freaking oh my God, that song
Oh,
is like
that's such a good song.
whew,
Sad.
yeah.
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 So, but
Jeff,
that's okay.
so I gotta say hello to a couple people. Brian Stevens, hello, my friend. Do you know who Brian is?
I think I know Brian. Does Brian?
Amazing, 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 amazing drummer, Atlanta area. Awesome, like
Oh,
just
maybe not then. Maybe not
certified
then.
certified ninja badass.
Awesome.
Charles Oz Dillman is watching. Hi, Charles. And then Jeff Belcher said, "Come on, this is next level." So, yeah, Brian is. If you're ever looking just to see, just he's amazing, and he does a lot of recording too. He's good guy, good soul, good soul.
It's always good to know a lot of people who can do recording, because it's one of the areas that I need to break. I need to do this. I need to take this step. And I got the software, and I look at it, and I feel really, really stuck. So
Yeah,
I can do like the basic thing, like I can record a vocal and I guess that's really all I need to be able to do. Because as long as I can record that and then send that to all of the other magicians out there who can
yeah.
actually
That's
make
basically my
tracks of
plan.
it,
I mean, I could get into
as
the
long as
nitty gritty of it. I'll
I
tell you
can
what
get
I've
it in an
gotten.
email, I think we can handle that much of it. So I feel like, okay, I'm gonna do what you've just told everyone that you did, which is put it together track by track and fly it around and let everyone build on it, and then
Yeah,
send it back, do the vocals, and bam,
yeah.
you have
Just
an album.
exactly pass it around, and again, Jeff's like the
Yes.
master. That's what happened. Jeff's like the master in that, and a lot of texting back and forth. And hey, can we do this? What do you guys think of this?
Yeah.
Total collaborative effort, and here we are, like little EP later. Not even little, like totally awesome.
I
So,
can't wait to hear your EP. Are you going to do a song for us, Jen?
okay, I will do a song.
I want you to do a song from your new EP.
I'm gonna do
Okay.
locomotive for Jeff, even though I'm gonna say I'm not warm and hi Rudy
What
Gowan, holy cow, everybody's on here. So actually, so
we
what's
do
weird
that though?
about?
We need to go back and talk about what happened in your kitchen last night.
Oh, we will.
Uh,
No, we will. We definitely will.
okay.
We definitely will.
Okay.
But interesting thing about this evening for me is that um, I actually would be, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I would be in Indianapolis, Indiana tonight at a thing called DCI Finals, and because of the
Yeah.
pandemic, that got canceled. And so like a lot of my friends, they're all kind of having like online parties and hangouts and stuff like that right now as well. So I might try to hop on there later and say hey and join them.
You
But
can do that.
yeah, it's kind of sad because it's something that I've been involved with. I got involved with it when I was in high school in drum corps, and then I've been working with different groups, basically like for a long time. I mean, for a long, long time. So it feels odd to be home on August 8th.
No, I know it's interesting about how about being still, about
Mm-hmm.
not being so busy and running here and running there.
Yeah.
It makes me. I mean, I'm doing one live performance a week. I told you earlier here on Block Island. It's on a big lawn and people are very far away from me, so there's no. It's a social distancing gig, and it does feel good to play live. It absolutely does.
Yeah, there's I don't know if you know this, but they're turning like drive-in movie theaters into venues, especially in Nashville and stuff like that. And
Oh, I didn't know that. That's so
yeah,
cool. So people
and
can just stay in their car and drink their beer and.
well, I hope not. I hope they won't drink and drive, but yeah, yeah. I hope they'll just sit there, eat popcorn, and honk their horns.
Like great.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I'm sure you've seen on the news that like Sturgis is this weekend, and do the whole motorcycle thing. So we'll see what happens with that. But I work with a guy named Jack, and I help him like buy and sell motorcycles. He's been in business for a long time, and he's got like this really cool space. And so when I feel like it's safe and the weather gets a little cooler, because it's like this big sort of outdoor warehousey space, I'm gonna start like holding concerts there and he's totally into it, where you bring your own lawn chair, it's socially distanced. You want to come?
I want to come.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna broadcast it and everything. My friend Steven and I are gonna do it, and it's gonna be really cool. So it'll be the kind of thing where you bring your lawn chair. We'll make the lighting good, and we'll play it acoustic, whatever. I'm not really sure exactly what the configuration will be, but we'll figure all that out, and then we'll probably broadcast it as well. So ultimately, it would be awesome. I'd love to make it into a series and have you guys down. I told you that like when I first moved down here, I was like, come to Florida.
I know. Peter's parents live in Florida, so maybe the next time. I mean, they live on the coast, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm not.
far.
I'm in the center of the state, so
Hours.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right, play us a new
all right.
album.
So, and then we're gonna get to the story about my visitor, my visitor in my kitchen a few nights ago,
Let us into a.
because you have to
Let
tell
us
us because you have to tell us about. I need to know about Ralph, so we're gonna get to that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. So this is called Locomotive. I wrote this a long time ago. You may have heard it before. I'm not really sure. I mean, we played a lot of music together, so.
Maybe at
But
Jay Renee's, maybe at one of the rounds that we did.
yeah. So but it's about heartbreak. It's about somebody that I fell in love with, and then it all fell apart. So story of my life.
Story. I know that story.
Okay, so it's called Locomotive. Round I go, spin this tale, tune the wind, back and forth in my head, story worn, wonder dead. Trouble comes when I don't do what I should. So I bob and weave at the road and leave with it rattling under my hood. You came to me like a locomotive, and I felt the wind, heard the whistle blowing. was tied down to your track. No one's ever made me feel quite like that. Days go by, I ask why, over and over and over again. In my mind, we're a sky-high world on fire, as it should be. Heartache comes when I am left kicking the dust. You're long gone and I gotta figure out what to do with this love. You came to me like a locomotive and I felt the wind, heard the whistle blowing. Swore I was tied down to your track. No one's ever made me feel quite like that. No one's ever made me feel quite like that. I guess I'm a fool for those speeding trains. I guess I'm a fool 'cause I would hop one again and again and again. You came to me like a locomotive and I felt the wind, heard the whistle blowing. Swore I was tied down to your track. No one's ever made me feel quite like that. Round I go, spin this tale, tune a wind, back and forth in my head, story one, wonder dead.
Oh, I want to sing harmony on that.
I want you to sing. I want you to sing harmony on that with me.
I got it in my head already. I know what I want to do. So the
Well,
next time we get to sing live together.
yes, and if we should do some more songs together, which I hope. I kind of feel like I drove Jeff a little bit bonkers on this last song that we did because I kept putting it in my car and my car like failed the test. But I think it wasn't my car. It wasn't Jeff's mix. And I felt bad because I kept sending it back going, oh, this and that. And then, so I don't know if he's ever going to work with me again, but if he does, and we do another song, Jeff, perhaps Carrie can sing with me, maybe, if you ever want to work with me.
Cracking up. I had a dream about a month ago about the house where I used to live. Like you're talking about stuff that happens that breaks your heart, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And this house was just, so much happened there. Like a lot of bad stuff. I mean, I guess a lot of good stuff too, but Julia got sick in that house and divorce came to that house. So I wrote this song about it. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I have no title for it yet. I don't know what it's called, but I have the lyrics here.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I write songs and then I can't remember what I wrote. Honest to God, I do not because I'm not playing them a lot. Like you write them and then there's nowhere to play them, except once in a while, and so I just don't know how they go.
To your cat or to Peter, one of the two.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Do you want to hear the song again?
Yeah, no, yeah. I want to hear the song. And Jeff, so Jeff said, "Ha, stop. Let's do another one." Okay. So Jeff, let's pick one. Let's pick a tune that we can send to Carrie so she can throw some harmonies on it.
Yes, I would love.
And then you can like test drive your equipment.
My garage band.
Yes. Hey, that's honest. That's what I use. I use GarageBand and a USB mic. So
That's what I've got.
yeah,
Okay, good.
go
Fill
listen,
the
go
info
listen
because, like,
and
well,
go
I
listen
can't
and
really
see.
afford tools right now. It's like,
No.
still paying for Julia's college, and
Yeah.
I will be for the rest of my life. Seriously, I took a loan out. It won't end until I'm 95, and I'm like,
Wow.
huh. I don't know if they're ever going to get all that money back, but we'll see. Anyway, so this song has no title, so let's just call it "Holes in the Walls." Cracks in the ceiling and holes in the walls, chasing me upstairs when love took a fall. Darkness would settle around like a shroud, laughing and screaming and crying out loud. If these walls could talk, they would give up the ghost, reveal all the secrets. If I'd never walked, I'd be living and breathing, but dying in that old house. That old house. Bitterness served with a fork and a knife. Needles and bottles and sickness inside. But the grass was so green it defied all the lies. Bad days outnumbered the good by a mile. If these walls could talk, they would give up the ghost, reveal all the secrets. If I'd never walked, I'd be living and breathing, but dying in that old house. That old house. Oh. Scrubbed the old tile and I took out the trash. Appearances matter when your heart starts to crash. Promises broken, obscenities heard. Every word, I can still hear every word. If these walls could talk, they would give up the ghost, reveal all the secrets. If I never walked, I'd be living and breathing and dying. If these walls could talk, they would give up the ghost, reveal all the secrets. If I never walked, I'd be living and breathing, but dying in that old house. That old house. That old house.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
how old is
that
that
was.
song? That's an awesome song.
I wrote that like a month ago. Yeah,
Right.
like a month, maybe a month and a half ago.
That's
I had a dream about the
badass.
house, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I haven't thought about it, and it's been like 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 years since I moved out of that house, and I never looked back. I never thought about it, and then I had this crazy dream. So it's like, wow. And I dreamt a lot of the things that were in the song. Like I dreamt some of the lyrics. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
And
Oh
then
no,
I'll
I've
read.
had that happen before where I've dreamt lyrics for sure. Yeah.
I know, and I get up and I'll remember them enough to write a few things down. So I always keep my phone next to me so I can like talk into it or type into the notes or something like
Yes.
that. So I remember it. But
I'm
yeah,
sure
that's,
Peter appreciates that because it's very romantic.
he goes, hold on, honey. Hold on, honey. Don't bother me. Don't touch me. Exactly. Okay, so now you know the song.
I'm in the middle of dreaming and writing a song. That actually transitions very well into this getting up in the middle of the night thing, right? So, yeah. So a few weeks ago, I I woke up in the middle of the night. I had a headache, and so I went into my kitchen and I went to go get some Advil. So I'm standing at the, or actually some Tylenol because I know you're not supposed to take Advil right now. Who knows? I don't know what's up, but I was taking
Really?
Tylenol.
I always take Advil, but
Um, so I open up the cupboard. I take add the Tylenol out, whatever. I'm taking a sip of water. For whatever reason, I just take a look to my right, and on the floor next to me in the kitchen is this tiny little snake. And I'm terrified of snakes. Like everybody's like, "Oh, aren't you afraid of alligators?" I'm like, "No, I'm not afraid of alligators. I'm not afraid of crocodiles. Like the likelihood of you coming up against one, I'm like, but I'm terrified of snakes." So, and it's like red and yellow and brown, and it looks like it could be a coral snake, but not necessarily because you don't know it's Florida. But if it is a coral snake, it's definitely poisonous, and so I have no idea. So I started having a conversation with the snake because I was like, all right. I was like, look, little dude, like I know they say that you're far more terrified of me than I am of you, but I don't think that that's the case right now. And I don't expect for there to be any. I'm not going to hurt you, and you're not going to hurt me. I'm literally like bargaining with the snake. And it's actually like it's such a small little snake. It's actually almost cute. It's almost a cute snake, unless they turn around and bite you and it's poisonous, and you're like, oh, that's not very cute. Anyway, so I was trying to figure out how to get it out of the house safely and unharmed. Initially, I took out a mason jar, and I was like, maybe the snake will just cooperate and go into the mason jar, and then I can take the mason jar outside. Not a chance. And then so I just got like a kitchen towel out and just kind of, shuffled it behind him. As soon as and I don't even know like snakes, he or she, no clue. But as soon as I started like shuffling it, thank goodness it just kind of shuffled towards the door, and we got it outside. And I got it outside. Stanley, my dog, was no help at all. He was like sound asleep.
Stanley, what?
Sound asleep. He's like, yeah, I'm not helping you with a snake, mom. So that's my
That's
snake
really funny.
story. Yeah.
But then I was saying that I love snakes because I grew up in Africa. So then flash forward, and that's all we did. We, play with lizards and snakes, and not the poisonous ones, but I mean, one thing that we used to do, my dad used to take us to the snake farm every Saturday morning because that's where they would milk the poisonous snakes for their venom. So that was always exciting and risky to see if anyone was going to bite the dust. But so flash forward, now I live in New York City. I'm in my early 20s, and I'm the manager of Exotic Aquatics, which is a pet store in the East Village. So I go to open up the gate of the door, and someone had put a pillowcase. So I'm thinking, oh no, what is it? So you want to be very careful. You open up the pillowcase and you look inside, and it's this tiny, teeny little ball python. I'm like, oh, and I knew that it wasn't quarantined because I knew. So I knew that it would be destroyed, and I didn't want it to be destroyed. So
Aw.
I took it home with me, and I named him Ralph. And Ralph started off about maybe 6 inches, maybe 7 inches, and he grew to be 6 feet. So
Wow.
Ralph, I had lived in a brownstone at the time. I took all the bookshelves off and made a big, huge, like built-in terrarium for him. So anyway, one day I went away. I'll make the story quick because I know we're running out of time.
That's
I went
okay.
away. Ralph saved my life. I loved Ralph. Ralph lived with me for years, and he would hang on I was very handly with him. I always handled him a lot, and so he got very used to me. But his girth got to be, I don't know. I'm not good with circumferences, but he was big,
Yeah.
like that. Big and
That's
thick.
big. That's a big boy.
He's a constrictor. He's a big snake. So yeah, maybe 5.5, almost 6 feet. So one day I went away for the weekend. Somehow he had gotten in his water bowl, got wet, and then brushed aside his chips and sat directly on his hot rock, which is a thing that you have in a snake terrarium to keep them warm. So when I came home from the weekend, he was burned, and I mean like I could see his bones. I know, and there were no pets, so I had to go all the way to the Bronx Zoo. So I had to take Ralph to the snake keeper at the Bronx Zoo. He was the one that was going to treat him, and I did. And my fear was, I mean, it wasn't even really a fear. It was just like sketchy sometimes on the subways, especially when you're by yourself and you're a girl.
Yeah.
So it's a winter day, and I had my jacket on. I had Ralph wrapped around my waist, and he was under my coat. I didn't have him in a bag. I just had him on my body because that's how well he knew me. He wouldn't he would just stay there. So I'm getting on the train. I'm heading uptown, up into the Bronx. It's the middle of the afternoon, and I'm the only one on the car. So I'm just sitting there feeling like, this doesn't feel really safe to me, but whatever. And then, of course, the door flies open, and I'm going to say 12 kind of high school kids who with a really crummy attitude sat right in front of me, and they start talking. And I'm not going to repeat some of the swear words that they were saying to me, but suffice to say that I started to get really uptight. And as I got uptight, Ralph starts coming up the back of my back, and he starts to come around my neck. So I've got my winter coat on, and mainly these were boys. I think there were like 2 girls there, but they were mostly boys sitting right across from me, giving me the talk. The more uptight I get, now Ralph starts to come around my neck, and he could feel my tension. So now I'm starting to feel like, oh my God, like Ralph's big.
Yeah.
I've got to get him off my neck. So as they're talking crap to me, I unzip my jacket to try and get Ralph. And it was the funniest thing. It's like, oh my God, that woman, they didn't say that woman. They said that biatch has a snake. It's like they scattered. It was like, I felt like a vigilante. It was fantastic. I mean, for some reason, they were so fearful because I was trying to yank him off my neck.
Yeah.
And these kids were just hysterical. To me, it was like the funniest thing in the world, but they just disappeared. So there went my problem. And then
Wow.
Ralph healed, and Ralph still lives at the Bronx Zoo today. I finally donated him to the Bronx Zoo. And he had babies. So the way that you can tell a boy from a girl on most snakes is the distance between the anus and the tip of the tail.
Okay.
I know that you wanted to know that, Jen.
Well, I didn't get close enough to this snake in my house to know whether it was a male or female, but I didn't even know if snakes were male or female, or if they were just or if they were basically just sexless. So but now I know. So
now you know. And that's my Ralph story. So
that's awesome, though. I didn't know first.
For snakes and stuff, but oftentimes whenever I'm traveling, I'll go into a pet store. It's like, can I hold that boa?
Like, who's the crazy lady who wants to hold the boa?
I know. Maybe I'll buy it. No, I don't think so. I just want to hold it.
So I think that's amazing. First of all, where in Africa? I never knew that you. I didn't know that you lived in Africa. No clue.
Yeah, I grew up in Africa. I spent like 5 years of my life there. But the formative years, like age 9 to age 14.
Yeah.
So came back to the States, 14 going on 15. So it was like, whoa.
But where in Africa?
Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay.
So it was really cool. And it was a while ago. So it was quite different back then. It was very, very rural. I mean, our nearest neighbor was like 2 miles away.
Wow.
We lived out in the sticks. We lived outside of the coffee plantations up in the mountains, actually. So our whole yard, if you will, was like 10 acres of land that I was forbidden to explore, but I didn't pay attention. So I had a lot of run-ins with snakes, and poisonous ones too, that were kind of scary. I had a lot of scary animal stories.
Did you come across like lions or elephants or anything like?
Oh yeah, in the game parks, not like in our backyard. In our backyard, we had cobras, we had mongoose, we had bush babies. They were so cute too. We found dead baby leopards killed by cobras. That was kind of scary. Little impala, but they're called dik-diks, and they're like tiny little deer. They're like 3 feet high. They are the cutest thing, and they hop. So we had we had lots of birds. We had chameleons, lizards and snakes, and all sorts of creatures and critters that crawled all over the place. Serval cats. I was attacked by a serval cat. That's like a bobcat.
Wow. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my.
It's so funny. I was thinking of writing a children's story book and then writing songs to go with the stories. But then I was like, Wait a minute. These stories aren't kid friendly. These are like scary animals. Like all my animal stories from Africa are kind of like scary animal stories.
Yeah, but
So
Ralph's
I
not
just,
scary. Ralph saved your life. Ralph was
oh,
like, isn't it?
well, like, he might have come from Africa. I don't know where he came from. That was a New York City story.
Isn't
So
it amazing? But Ralph's like in New York. He's like a new, he's a New York snake. That's a great children's song right
he's
there.
a native New Yorker. Yeah, I know. So
Ralph the New York snake. I mean, I could see it animated and everything. He's like, yeah, I get that'd be awesome.
actually, that would be a really good story. You know, and he disappeared for like 6 months. He left. He went into the woodworks of the building that I lived in, and I didn't see him, and I thought he was dead. And then one day I was doing my laundry, and out of my closet, I'm like, "Where have you been? You've been gone." Like I don't. I guess he was eating
Wow.
mice and living on. I don't know. He got out. He escaped.
Wow. That's my
Anyway,
brother used to have all kinds of like crazy. He always had iguanas and snakes, and he would
love those.
he would find a snake, like just a garter snake or whatever, and he'd wrap it,
Yeah.
he'd wrap it around his hand and then put the little face in his hand. And then he would go to my mom and wake my mom up in the morning with the snake right in her face like this. And isn't he beautiful? Isn't he beautiful? My mom would be
Was
like,
your mom, was your mom flipping out?
yeah, I mean, but
Oh man,
yeah.
I know. I don't know. I think snakes are very misunderstood. They are. They're
I
very shy.
Yeah,
They're actually very sweet. I
it's
mean,
not their
they don't
fault that
have
they're
a
a
huge
snake.
personality, by the way. They're not like, it's not like a cat or a dog. I mean,
Yeah.
but they do have a personality. Like Ralph knew me. He knew my scent. He bit me a few times. He didn't mean to. They're extremely nearsighted. They can't see anything.
Mm,
So, I mean, he thought my hand was a mouse or whatever. Like, bam.
yeah.
So, yeah, they're good critters.
So
You
interesting.
don't want to get bitten by. But so that brings us to the closing of our hour,
Yes. How
Fred.
about this? Do you have one more song that you'd like to play for us? Because I would love for you to play one more song. That'd be awesome. I know we don't have Ralph the Snake from New York yet. Ralph the New York
I haven't
Snake
written.
song yet.
I know.
If you want to
I know.
if you like want to co-write that one, I would think I'd be into that. That'd be fun.
Like, could we have like a double entendre, like snake, like, nah, nah, that's okay. Never mind. Well, listen, I wanted to say, well, I'll say thank you after I'm done, but thank you for having me
Are you
on your
kidding me?
show.
Thanks for doing this. It's so cool. I love seeing you. I love hanging out with you.
I know.
And yeah, we got to keep better in touch. And as soon as it's safe to go back in the water, I'll come back up there. We'll play some music, come down here, all that stuff.
No, I want you to come to Block Island and
I'm
do a concert
down.
out here, and
I'm
you
down.
can stay with me. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do.
I
So we're
am
gonna do live
in.
concerts again.
I'm in.
Okay, good.
Play us another one.
All right. Well, I wrote this one. I think you know this. I've played this one for you before. It's called Amaretta. It's off my album, Move the Sun. And also, I have CDs. So if you want to check out my music, you can go to my website, carriejohnsonmusic.com, Instagram, Carrie Johnson Music. And then pretty much if you look at, I've got Strength to Move and Move the Sun. And I don't know, there's 22 Brides stuff floating around out there. So check it out and
Yeah.
friend me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Streets of Zion paved with broken glass, mixed with sin and mass confusion, can make a good girl go down fast. Wait, I have to cough. Amaretta with her pearly whites wears a dress that's too revealing. Her it looks just right, and all the banker's wives are jealous. The boys just stop and stare when you leave your mark on something. There are some who always notice, but the rest don't really care. And she'll rise like an angel from the aftermath, and they'll sit around watching beauty take up a beauty bath. Tell travels wrapped in kikoy dyed turquoise blue, and her door is always open in case you wanna walk on through. Well, this life is finite, yeah, we come and go, leaving clues when you're interrogated. Those little wings on fire, they sing from coast to coast, and she'll rise like an angel from the aftermath, and they'll sit around watching beauty take a beauty path, getting over being so shut down. She's in good hands in her party gown. Any minute now, mandatory pay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Cause she'll rise like an angel from the aftermath, and they'll sit around watching beauty take a beauty bath. Yes, she'll rise like an angel from the aftermath, and they'll sit around watching beauty take a beauty bath. Streets of Zion paved with broken glass, mixed with sin and mass confusion, can make a good girl go down fast.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Uh,
Oh man, this was so much fun.
it is
Thank
so
you
much
so much
fun.
for
I
having me.
Are you
So I
kidding
miss
me?
you. I
I'm
miss you,
I
Jen.
miss you too. I miss you so much, and I will see you soon. I'm gonna figure all that out. I'm gonna have to do a tour of all my friends around the
Listen,
country.
listen,
Yeah,
it's guys, think of how fast things move. And unfortunately, as we get older, they do really fast. I figure it's a year, so while everyone's panicking, I say, just we'll get there. We're all
yeah,
going to get there. I feel so sad for the people that haven't survived this illness, and, just trying to stay safe. And if that means having to go without seeing good friends, then I'll tell you where I'm really blessed that we can do this. I
yes,
mean, how
yes.
cool, right? You're in
I
Florida, I'm in Rhode Island, and we're like
We're
connecting. And it's like,
connecting. Yeah,
so at least there's that.
yeah. This has been something that for me has been, very much a saving grace. So, yeah, and it's been so much fun. I get like an hour of time with my buddies and just kind of get to share you with people who don't know you. Like my friend Michelle is on here and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I love her so much." And yeah,
Oh, hi,
Michelle
Michelle.
Michelle's awesome. Yeah, Michelle, go check out Carrie Johnson music and check out. She's written like 300 songs, so I'm sure there's something on there that you could dig. But
Yeah, all like four chord. No, I'm kidding.
no, no.
Oh,
But we're gonna
listen, my
connect.
friend,
We're gonna connect, and we're gonna write the
we're
Ralph,
gonna write
the New
Ralph the
York
Snake
Snake
song.
song. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. All right, tell Stanley I said hi, okay?
I will. I will. All right. Mwah.
Thank you for having me. Mwah. Big
Love
hugs, and
you.
thank you everybody for checking in. It's
Uh,
really good to hear some familiar names that are scrolling and saying hi. So
absolutely.
I'll see you very soon. I'll
All
see you
right.
soon, Jen.
Stay safe. Stay healthy.
All
All
right,
right.
thank you, honey.
Love you, Mama.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you too.